Hello, beautiful people. Welcome back to my channel. Today is Mother's Day in the United States. So happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there, and happy Mother's Day to everyone else as well. So I will get into this in more depth. This is the subject of the video. Honestly, I had a plan to do a completely different video today, to record something completely different, and I was just feeling resistance. Not resistance, but it was like I was putting it off, and I'm not gonna lie, I've had so many messages coming through in the past couple of days. It's just been like a waterfall, and nonstop of ideas, of messages that want to come through, and I'm just like, okay, I can't keep up. But of course, I was being guided away from recording that one today so that I could share some insights as to, related to the divine feminine and this idea of motherhood and mothering. This notion of remothering of humanity came through. I'm like, is remothering even a word? But this is so much bigger than the mothers out there who are doing such a beautiful job birthing these beautiful little babies into the world, and who have been bringing all of humans into creation. This is how we have all come to be here, through the portal of the feminine. And that's just exactly what I want to speak into. The feminine, from a bigger perspective, the feminine energy which we all contain is the portal of creation. It is the portal of life. More specifically, the womb space is the physical portal of life itself. It's the portal of creation. So what we have seen in the imbalance and distortion of humanity is the suppression of the feminine and the denial of her sacredness. And that is what is returning through the rise of the divine feminine, is the return of the sacredness of the feminine essence, of the feminine as the portal of creation. And this is also a Mother's Day to honor everyone who had to reparent themselves, to remother themselves, and we do not want to place blame or shame onto our parents, because they too, for the vast majority of humanity, did not receive the mothering, the parenting that they needed. So we are here to shift that, because consciousness is rising, consciousness is shifting. And I have pulled this card so many times in the last few weeks, during this eclipse portal in particular: birthing a new age, birthing new creations, dreaming a new world into being. So doesn't matter biological sex, and we won't even get into gender here, but we are all experiencing the rise of the feminine energy within, and this is how we come into wholeness. And it's the women of the world who are the portals of new life creation itself, the miracle of life itself. It requires both, to be sure. But without the women, there would be no humanity. Without the women, there would be no life. There would be no miracle of the creation of life itself that happens through the feminine essence, that happens through the feminine energy, that happens through the portal that is the feminine, the woman, the womb holders of humanity. So this is the moment of reclamation. The remothering is the reclamation, the remembrance of this beautiful divine energy that we all do contain, and that is rising within all of us as we rise in consciousness and remember the truth of who we are, which is whole and holy. So this is 2023 is a 7-year. This is a year of resurrection. It's a year of death, of resurrection, of rebirth, of fertility, of reconstruction. So this rebirth energy has been very, very present for us not just in this eclipse portal, but for this reason, because this is the energetics. So 6 was very much bringing us into that space of wholeness, but in order to ascend, we have to descend first into all of the nooks and crannies of the places where we are still feeling in lack and separation, and where we are not operating in union within. So the sacred union that we hear about a lot, that has to occur within. This is not just about, twin flames or sacred union of your divine counterpart who is a person external to you. It actually has to occur within. And yes, that can happen too, and that's a beautiful thing. And I think more and more of us are going to be experiencing that. But this is so much deeper than the external relationships in our life. This is very much an internal process that we are all being called to go through. We are all being called to go through this portal of rebirth ourselves as we come into this state of wholeness, of divine union within. So we are also in this process of birthing innocence into the world, the innocence that is birthed from a space of pure love. So this Christ consciousness that we are returning to, that we are resurrecting, is one of love, of harmony, of union, of unity. And there is this really beautiful energy of purity, of innocence, of this childlike joy that wants to be expressed through us. So when we are in this state of wholeness, we are operating in this really beautiful childlike energy. So I also want to presence that this gets to be a journey back to joy. So I think spirituality and the energy has been very heavy. So it can feel like a lot. And I just want to presence the reminder that we are being asked to return to love, which is the energy that allows us to play and be in a state of joy as well. So it shouldn't be all serious as we go through this. Please hold on to the light, see the light. Remember, the light brings us into that space of ecstatic joy as well, like playing in the sunshine. So these ideas have been very present for me. It was interesting. My dad wished me a happy Mother's Day this morning, and I was like, I'm not a mom. And then I saw these other messages and I was like, oh my gosh, of course, like we are all remothering ourselves. We are all reparenting ourselves. We are all mothers birthing creations into humanity in our own way. And the more we express through ourselves, the more humanity gets uplifted by our light, us shining our light, the light of our creation into the world. When it's birthed through that space of pure love, then that helps to uplift humanity. So these energies all work together in such a beautiful way. And I really didn't know exactly what I was going to say on this video, except that I knew I had to share a couple of these cards and those basic messages. But this is a happy Mother's Day for everyone, because we all contain the divine feminine, and especially to the mothers who have brought beautiful little babies into the world and who are in the process of, and anyone who is struggling right now, remember that this is for you too, to remember to mother yourself. So she has come through, Mother Mary, Star Mother. How can you mother yourself? She has come through a fair amount. I knew that I needed to share this card, of course. And this is where we get to really come back home to ourselves, because this is the journey of rebirth, is returning home as well, which this card wanted to come out and I didn't get it at first. And as I say these words, I'm like, oh yeah, of course, it makes perfect sense. Longing for home, belonging, the original light workers. A lot of us have been feeling displaced, lost, confused, separate. like we're shouldering the burden of everything ourselves. So remember that you are not alone, and that you are here to return to love, and that is our ultimate home. And our bodies are the vessel for love. They are the vessels of creation, of the expression of love and beauty. So whenever you feel like you're struggling, remember that this is part of the journey. And I want to also presence that because of this 7 energy, the 5-5 portal also represented the portal of freedom. It's the portal into the new age, the new golden age that is being birthed. And so that's a week or so behind us now, a week and a half maybe almost, and it's still integrating. We had the eclipse season, that was in the middle of, that was the day of the eclipse, I suppose. So we had that. We're still integrating all these energies. We're still in Mercury retrograde. It's all working for our highest good. The integration piece takes some time. The energy has felt lighter, but also a little bit voidy for me. And I know I'm not alone in that. So just remember that it's all coming into place. It's all settling in. We are still releasing the last little bits, some of us, but it's also the time for integration so that we can spread our wings, so that we can be birthed fully into reality. So just remember to take back your power. This is the time to call back your power, cut the cords, soul retrieval, any last little bits that might be remaining. And there might be many more layers to go, but there is like this big portal, this big threshold that we just went through of birth, of rebirth. And now today is Mother's Day. So this is when we get to really reclaim that divine feminine that lies within us all. So we are shedding those last little bits, and I just wanted to presence the 7 one more time because it's such a sacred number. This year that we are in is the number 7, and it's so powerful because of the energetics that I mentioned before of death and rebirth, resurrection energy, fertility. But we see this everywhere. Our 7 days of the week, we have the 7 chakras, the 7 gates to the underworld, the portals to the underworld. So this is Inanna's descent. She has to shed all the layers. And as she ascends, she reclaims her power through every chakra. Venus now is at the throat chakra. So this is us beginning to really, truly express ourselves from this space of wholeness. So there's one other card that I wanted to share, and Anna, grandmother of Jesus. So here we have another divine feminine energy. So the mother of Mother Mary, seeding the light, laying foundations, divine plan. So a lot of the work of the feminine has been in the backgrounds, laying the foundations, seeding the plan. And now we are at the time of birth. We are at the time of birthing the new age of humanity. So tune in with yourself, give yourself some time and space to give yourself a lot of gratitude and appreciation. Appreciate yourself for all the beautiful work that you have done, for all of the beautiful creations that you have brought into the world, for all of the love that you have expressed, and all that you are here to do. Get really grounded and clear in all that you are here to birth going forward, because this is a really beautiful and exciting time. So thank you so much. I'm honoring you for being on this journey. Oh, and I wanted to presence everything in the background. So yes, I have 2 different bouquets. One is still wrapped up because I bought that for my mother, who I'm going to be seeing shortly. And the other I bought for the 5-5 portal, death and rebirth. Didn't plan that, but it just occurred to me right before I went live. I was like, oh, let me get those new flowers and put them in, because I actually love roses when they fade. I still think they're extremely beautiful. And then we also have Isis, and her wings are spread. She was known to be the mother of all of the gods of Egypt. So she's the divine mother incarnate. So we have so much beautiful mother energy and protection energy. The mother is protective as well. So really, really just give yourself some time to honor yourself, to nurture yourself, to love yourself. So I'm sending you so much love on this beautiful day, honoring all of you beautiful divine feminines and the divine feminine within all of us. Sending you so much love, onward and upward in love and light, and I will see you soon. Much to share this week as well. So be sure to like, subscribe. I'd love to hear your comments. Reminder, Amanda, to say these things at the end, but truly I have so much I want to share this week in particular, and probably going forward. It's just been nonstop. My list is just ever growing of all of the things I want to share. So stay tuned, subscribe if you haven't. Thank you so much for all who have, for still being here and for sharing your energy with me. I appreciate and love you so much. I'll see you soon.